Hi, welcome back to Crochet Creations. Today is the video for June for the theme for the Happy Scrappy Yarn Challenge that I'm co-hosting for the year-long make-along with Christy Cook from Tea Doddles. Grab a cup and I will go over the theme, where you can post your makes, and what the prize is for this month. Today I have snickerdoodle with a little bit of hazelnut. You know, I love that stuff. So welcome to my channel, and we'll get right into it. I dug around and I found a whole bunch of inspiration for you. So the theme for this month, I will wait and tell you a little bit more about the make-along. It's a make-along that is going all year. Every other month, Christy and I go back and forth. She does a month, I do a month. If you haven't joined before, we have an official Facebook page where all the makes are, all the inspiration photos and links and things that we're using. The Scrappy yarn part of the make-along is using scraps or one ball to make something out of. So it's downsizing your already scraps that you have collected, or using that one ball that you don't know what you're going to do with. So if you have not joined the Happy Scrappy Yarn Challenge Facebook page, I'll link that below. There are a couple of questions to answer. The rules, you just hit that you agree with the rules, and then you are a member. We have quite a few members now. So what I did was I picked something to go along with what's going on right now, which is that time of season. So my theme and what I interpret it as, and what you guys interpret it as, is the challenge. So then what you do is you make something, go over to the Facebook page and pop on some photos of your monthly make and your interpretation of the theme, and then that way they're all in one place. There's no post that you have to find. You just put it right in the feed, because we ask that you only share photos of things in to do with this make along. There's plenty of groups to share all the things on. It just makes it easier for the person that's trying to do the prizes and trying to find the photos later on. Thank you. I'll also link Christy's channel below if you're not a member there. So this month I picked the garden theme. Now, to me, the garden theme is going to include flower gardens, in-house gardens, what you do with things from your garden, maybe like canning jar top lids, which you're going to make your jars of pickles, and maybe you want to make tops for them and give them away as gifts. So vegetable gardens, flower gardens, things that are in the garden. So maybe you'll make some washcloths and you'll make them in the shape of fruits and vegetables. There's lots of stuff out there. And I also find that I find animals in my garden. So yeah, there's all kinds of things that we can do. Now let me see, I wrote a few down, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to link all the links that I found in the Facebook page. And this time, instead of doing one blog-like post with 16 inspirational links in it, I'm going to do one or two, and then a little while later I'm going to do one or two, and that's the way I'm going to do them. So that way you have time to go and check them out if you want to or not, and I have time to find the actual link that I want to post, rather than you trying to go from site to site to site. I don't like to do that. I like to go to the actual site and link it. So I'll do that. I found some cool stuff. I found a crocheted frog. I found some mushroom appliques. Cool. I found a pin cushion, which you guys are going to love. I will link all of that stuff in the Facebook page. A really cool plant pot cozy, to hang the pots up. Other things I found were yarn that were named after, like they called it garden something. And I thought, well, how cool is that? You could make something with a yarn that's name is garden. But you need to let us know how it applies to your challenge. Okay? So, did I make anything? Well, of course I did. Well, maybe not. Of course I did. I was like crazy busy. I did make these. Now, I had just a tiny bit of leftover of yarn that I've been using for like 7 or 8 weeks now, and I've been making all kinds of stuff out of it. And so I made these. Now these to me are going to be flower shoes, garden shoes. And so the very top of it looks like a flower garden, but they're both different because so these are really scrappy. I just think they're the cutest thing. They're very, very tiny to fit a newborn or maybe a reborn doll. And I put little tiny butterfly buttons on them. So that's another thing that you could make or find in your garden are butterflies. So that's my first pair of shoes that I made. That was it's a pattern that I've adapted. I took a Parker Booty bottom part and I adapted it to a Mary Jane. So really I don't have a pattern for them. Another thing that I do a lot of times with scraps is I make towel toppers. This one is made out of just a red, but it matches the towel, and the towel part is the garden. It's all fruits and vegetables. So that towel is got tomatoes on it and peppers. So I made one of them. And this is my own pattern. I just single crochet around a hair tie, and then I do a topper, put a button on, and I do my button hole and my thing backwards on purpose so that the button is your main. But because if you turn it the other way, it doesn't look the same. But you can do it any way that you want. I always do mine with a finished edge rather than leave the edge raw. I just think it comes out cuter. So that is my other garden item. And then I made another pair of booties. Now these ones, I will link this pattern. This is not my pattern. It is a pattern from Hopeful Honey. I've made this pattern a zillion times. I got some new inserts too because I was running out, but I made the frog shoes because they are definitely in my garden. And these I made out of a half a skein of cotton willow fawn. So you don't need much to make them. And all you do is you do the bottom of the booty, and then you just make the eyes, sew them on, and then you make the cheeks, sew them on, and then just put a mouth between the two. They are really, really easy, and they don't take up anything, and they're really cute. So that was another thing I made. And then I found a skein of yarn that was hanging around, and it was called watermelon. So I decided I would make something out of the one. It's not a skein, it's a cake. I used every last bit of it. It was a Premier candy shop, and the name of it was Watermelon. So I made one of these vest. It's a circular vest. The pattern comes from the lavender chair. I'll link that below as well. And the yarn I used was watermelon. So that's the back. And then the front of it, there is no sleeves on this pattern. So it's nice for summer or dress up or whatever. This one came out to approximately, they say 18 months. So somewhere between a year and a half to 2 years, depending on how big your little girl is. And I added a little fairy button on mine. And there are 3 pieces, and it does work like a regular button, but you just have to be a little bit careful when you're opening and closing the button. So you may or may not want to use that, but I figured, what the heck, it's so adorable. So that was my 4th item. So yeah, I've been a little busy. And for I wrote a bunch of stuff down here. I found some fruit appliques, really cool stuff. I found little tiny amigurumi turtles, mushrooms, like I said, a little frog. I don't do amigurumi, but I look them up to be able to link them for you guys, because I know you guys do that, and you do a great job too. So this month's gift. Now, how do you win? Well, first of all, you have to do the challenge. You have to post your items in the Facebook group for the Happy Scrappy Yarn Challenge. Not my Facebook group, but the one I co-host with the T-Doddles channel with Christy Cook. And then at the end of June 30th, that'll be then I'll go through and I'll put everybody's name into a random draw, and I will draw for a winner. So what did I find? Well, I found a kit. You aren't gonna believe it. I thought it was cool. I found a kit for this pattern. This pattern is called Ava's Garden Wrap, and the pattern is shown in purple. Isn't that gorgeous? So what I did was I decided, what the heck, that's the perfect name, and you get the whole kit. And what you're gonna get is see what I have one. Yeah, they come in a pack of 3, and what they did was they sent 7 of them. So they sent 7 of these. See the color? Oh my gosh, so much better with the light coming directly at me. This colorway is, well, let me find it, because I don't remember what they said. Oh, okay, crocus. So the kit name is Ava's Garden Wrap, and the colorway is crocus. Can't make this stuff up. So the yarn you get is Premier Yarns Deborah Norville collection. Serenity Garden is the color. Isn't it beautiful? You get 7 of these skeins, and they are a 2 fine, which is perfect for a wrap. You can machine wash and dry them. And let's see. Boy, the writing on here is wicked tiny, but I can see it. 185 yards in each one of these, and you get 7 of them. 2.29 ounces. It's 100% acrylic. So that's a beautiful prize for somebody. Okay, well, I guess I am done. Here's all 7. I am done today with this video, and I will, after I upload, I will go onto the page. I will link the video in a post on the page, and I'll also start linking some of the inspirational ideas that I have. So I hope everyone's having a great day. Please join me Saturday for Hook and Stitch Live with Kim Thompson and I. We will be on 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. noon Eastern Standard Time for our live show. And I hope I see all of you there. Bye now.